Warning, if you're faint of heart or easily offended, this show is not for you.
Best of the Nick Vertucci Show Part 3. Episode 44 with DQ.
Tell us how the Max Payne thing happened, how it came into play, and how we adopted it with you.
So I've been using Max Payne for many years from the home game side before I ever got to the third, because people would want to run it twice. I'm like, fuck that, we're not running it twice. Look, you play poker, I want to see some Max Payne. And so we're only going to run it once. And so whenever we'd play home games and I was at the table, that was just my rule. If you want me to play at your game, we're going to run it one time. Somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And then when the card houses and the live streams started coming around, everybody knew me from that. And so I watched a Lodge live stream. And one night there was 8 different times that people ran it twice and every time was chopped. So finally, I just started super chatting left and right. And I'm like, this is bullshit. We don't tune in for 5 hours to watch people chop. We want to see somebody get hurt. We want to see somebody get up from the table disgusted. We want to see those people who buy in for like $10,000. They fire one bullet. They leave disgusted. That makes us feel happy. And I hate to say that, but pain does make us feel happy.
Well, yeah, the chat pros, they love blood.
Yes. So why would anybody want to show up to a fucking stream and watch a bunch of people chop it? Even though, like, if you're doing your Friday game, you got your biggest game out there and people are like, hey, you want to run it twice? No, fuck you. I turned into this till 1 o'clock in the morning. I want to watch somebody lose a $50,000, $100,000 pot. I don't want to see chopping.
Yeah, no, totally. And nobody does. And I think the only reason that's allowed is because some of the players, you know this, some of the players, especially when the pots become so bloated, I think we allow it because, what people don't understand is, like, it's a show, it's entertainment, but these are, there's a lot of idiots out there that have trolled us. Is this real money? It's not real money. There's a couple dumb shits out there like
it's real money.
Prahlad Friedman, who trying to pitch that this is all fake money and that, they're only playing a certain percentage of all of it for clicks and shows. Idiots, yes. Right? Okay. But with that said, when you're running any private game, especially like a show, and you're playing as big as we do, you probably know there, and I'm not going to mention any of their names, but there's a lot of names that if you go back a year ago that were favorites. And they were favorites because of the VPIP stuff. They were favorites because of the crazy stuff. But they're gone.
Yes.
And so there's attrition to players, and they go into the hospital, or they start to figure out, oh my God, like that's like too much on the regular. So we've never cock-blocked the 2 times just because we want to just give the players the opportunity to at least decide. But I get it.
Well, and I get that too. So people who don't, if you've never played on one of the live streams or you've never played it, you don't understand that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. And that was what was so cool about when you guys created your Max Payne Monday.
That was awesome. People love it.
Yeah. And so you had one night, y'all were already running the Monday show. Y'all were trying to think of a name for it. You put it out in the chatters. And several people, one in particular who went by the name of Snow Monkey, went out and said, you should call it Max Payne Monday. Now, these are people, and then they voted on it, and they voted Max Payne Monday. But the people who voted on it, when they went back and looked, these were all the people who've been watching me at the Lodge and TCH and everything else. And so the moment that you guys said, hey, we're going to do this, my Instagram DMs went through the roof.
Yep.
And one night I had like maybe 100. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And people were like, I can't believe you're going to let them steal your name. I thought you said you got this thing trademarked and registered. And I said, I do. I paid for all of that. And they go, well, they don't know it. And so what I did was, I didn't know who to reach out to. So you know how I did it? I went on the fucking show and I super chatted. And I started super chatting and go, hey.
Is that right? I don't know any of this.
I hear you guys think that you guys can call this Max Payne Monday, but not invite Max Payne on your show.
I didn't even know that.
And then Raver was like, oh, I thought we'd be hearing from you soon, and then and it turned from there, and I got invited, and then I almost got uninvited by trolling you.
That was a temporary blip.
And so it kind of went from there. So people ask me all the time, they go, well, how much is Hustler paying you? And I go, they're not paying me for anything. Well, I thought you said you registered this and you got it trademarked. I said, I did. And they go, well, how come you're not getting paid? And I go, that's not who I am. Like, I didn't come to Hustler because I wanted to get paid. And I didn't come on the show going, hey, listen, you're using my stuff. Pay me. I just wanted to be a part of the entertainment in the show. Yeah. And what I loved about Monday was it was all about entertainment. It was about putting on a show. And that's what I do with the high VPIPs. That's what Billy does with the high VPIPs. The whole point is to have it entertainment.
Yep.
It was a natural for me.
Well, people love it, and they probably thank you. I thank you because Monday show is one of our most popular shows. People look forward to
Episode 50 with Veronica Brill.
This is the Nick Vertucci Show. I am Nick Vertucci, and this is my special guest. What's your name again? Sorry, I forgot.
I'm Nick.
Yeah, I'm Nick too. That's kind of funny. So I heard a lot about you, and here's the thing. So I gotta ask you, just so you understand. And look, I'm not here to debate you, okay? I know what people know, and I'm gonna say it like this. And it's okay that people know and think about it in a different way than me. But I think about it like this, and it's okay. And I know you're gonna say, hey, I don't think about it like that, but that's okay. But I want to say it like this. So here's the thing. Just so you understand, I know the whole background, but it's not that I'm saying, let me ask you like this. Okay, I'm going to ask you like this. And it's not that, look, I want to ask you like this, but I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
And I know what everyone's been saying, but I need to say it like this. And just let me say it like this. Okay, because I know, but first, before we do that, let's talk about my sponsor, Only Polka. Only Polka is the best site for gossip. Do you know about Only Polka?
A little bit.
You can do a lot of stuff on Only Polka. Let me tell you, they pay my fucking bills. That's what fucking Only Polka does. Thank you, Only Polka. So here's my question to you. Okay. So here's the thing.
All right.
Look, have you read my book? 7-Figure Decisions. This is a winning mindset, okay? All of you have poverty mindsets. I have a winning mindset. Have you read my book? Have you read my book? Look, okay, look, Nick, that's your name?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm not into a lot of stuff. I'm not in the poker world. Yeah. I'm in the poker world, but I own the best poker TV show in the world. But I don't know anything about what's going on in the world. So here's my question to you, just so you understand that I understand. Okay, so yeah. We're not gonna go where you wanted to go with this, because I know that you know that it's not like that. But from my opinion, here's what I think about it. And then I'm not here to debate you. So your name's Nick?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm Nick Vertucci. So have you gone on Only Polka? All right, well, let's start the show. Our guest is ready. Okay, let's get. So my name is Nick Vertucci. This is the Nick This is not working. This is the Nick Vertucci show. I am Nick Vertucci. Let's go.
Okay, so couple things just to get in order. I am Nick Vertucci.
I am Nick Vertucci. Envy out.
Envy out.
Episode 49
Speaking
with
of
Bart
Jack
Hanson.
4. Jack 4, you were the commentator.
I was
of Jack
the
4.
commentator,
You
yeah.
were on the ground. You witnessed it. You took it live where you could not believe what you saw.
Yeah.
Tell me, from the beginning when that happened, what do you think happened? Your experience. Take it wherever you want to take it.
So I am actually I refreshed myself on this issue because I had talked to Nate Silver, who's writing a book, and he's going to be mentioned in his book. So I looked back at all this stuff within the last week. So obviously I was the commentator at the time, and I have to say that I'm actually pretty experienced with this because I was a part of the Stones thing. Now, people know the Stones thing, Mike Postle and the cheating and all that stuff, and Veronica, who comes
Yeah, you
down
worked
there.
very closely with my gal Veronica.
So we had talked about this, and we had known that something was going on, and their administration was terrible too because they treated her like shit. And who knows if one of those guys was in on it or what? But
yeah, they treated Veronica like shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, when she started to say something.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
We had Justin.
Oh, okay.
So, and maybe possibly before that, but I have a lot of experience with this but I came from a view of it was obvious that Mike Postle, the way that he played, he knew what the cards were. So when this went down, I was like, I would have had the same reaction that Garrett had if I was playing. I would have thought that I was cheated. And what I tried to call it out when I was doing the commentary was try to explain to everyone by Garrett's face, he thinks he got cheated. Now, I took some heat because people thought that I instigated, that I piled on and created the situation. And I was like, I'm just calling it like I'm seeing it. It's obvious.
That was very
Garrett
obvious. That's what his thought was.
And then also, maybe it wasn't at the time, but looking back, it is now very, very obvious that Robbie had no clue or no understanding that Garrett thought that he was just cheated. Like Robbie thought that Garrett was just mad at her because she
was not aware of that at the time when she was like,
no,
she started over talking because she was uncomfortable.
She had no idea whatsoever. So that's what I think. But then as the night goes on and all this shit is going down, we have this break. I'm starting to play the hands back in my head that I had seen her play. And I'm like, I've seen her play like it was nowhere near the biggest sample as possible. We'd only seen her like 2 or 3 nights. I was like, there really isn't anything to suggest that she knew the cards. And I remember the hand from before. She made a call on the turn. She was drawing dead. She had like Jack 4, Jack 3.
Jack 3.
Yeah. She was drawing dead on the turn. She called like he already had a full house. So I'm like, this is not somebody that is playing like they can see the cards. And so as the night went forward, I was like, there isn't really anything to suggest that she can see anything. And then, so I was kind of torn, right? Because I was like, I would have thought I was cheated at the time.
Yeah.
But maybe it was just something weird. But then Garrett came out with this statement, like really strong statement, that he was absolutely cheated. And I had never seen Garrett really misstep in anything in gambling. So I'm like, wow, maybe Garrett knows more. But then when stuff didn't come out in the first couple of days, I 100% expected Garrett to walk back his statement, say, this is what I would have done, Nick. I said, I was heated in the moment. I got emotional. She offered me the money. Maybe I would have said, like, I've been cheated in the past. It might have been the only time I could get it. But I'm going to give this money to somebody. We'll put it in escrow. We'll see how this investigation plays out. And we'll take it from there. But instead, he kind of doubled down and he went, went in the trenches with his views. But he didn't, in my view, he never really came out with anything that was additional that wasn't already public about where is the cheating, where is the evidence of the cheating. Now, I did 3 videos at that time. The only time where I really thought there was cheating that swung me was when you guys came out with the thing with Brian and then he took the chips. And I'm like, that seems like it's way too much of a coincidence.
Where there's smoke, sometimes there's fire.
Yeah. I was like, there's too many coincidental things in a row here. So now, at the night that it was over, I was like, oh, maybe 60-40 not cheating. Then when Brian came out, I was like, oh, maybe 80% cheating. But as I told Nate Silver, too, in this little interview I did with him, the more time that goes by now where nothing comes out, the more I just think it was a weird set of things. And I had listened to somebody else's interview, too, where things like this have been seen in the past in very, very rare occasions. I'm talking about things where somebody's made a ridiculous call that only beats one combo. It's usually either women that want to get a guy or a really, really wealthy guy that doesn't care about the money, that just wants to beat somebody. They don't give a shit about the money. They know that if they beat the guy, that guy will be in pain. They won't be. They don't care about the money. And that's maybe what it sort of chalked up to. But the more time that goes by and there's no evidence, and what I was telling you about before, I think the worst part of this is the pitchforking that's gone on for the last 6 to 8 months, and this ridiculous notion that there was somehow widespread cheating and this bullshit about signaling. And the reason why I bring Stones up is because I've had many people contact me. There was even a guy recently that was like, we developed a software program where we can scrape all the hands and put them into like a poker tracker database, and we will definitely prove statistically that there's not only in that hand, but in other hands there's cheating going on. I'm like, show me do it.
Yeah,
send it. And I told the guy, I said, you know what you should do? You should do it. If you have this technology, you should scrape the hands from Stones first, because they're still up on YouTube, and you can use that as a control, because we know there's cheating that went on there. You might be able to find stats that we never even thought of that could demonstrate cheating. You have a sample where you know there's cheating, scrape those hands, and then do it. No one's ever come to me with anything.
So you're saying they come to you and say that, but they
say that
never
they're going to,
anything.
and no one's followed up with anything ever.
I think even a lot of people out there, like Veronica, because she was associated with me, felt that and because she turned the Stones things upside down, approached her during this Jack 4 thing. I think to the point of abundance, and everybody said, I don't want to say the same thing. I don't want to like quote her, but like the same shit you're saying, and then she never got anything.
Yeah,
no one ever did it.
No one ever followed.
And I think she even said at one time towards the end, "Hey, listen, if you're gonna say this, go review the hands. Show me something. Show me the analytics. Show me the, and no one does, because it's
Episode
not there.
48
I read a
with
post, I think
Hayley
yesterday,
Hanna.
day before, you said that you didn't choose the villain life, it chose you.
Yeah, because everyone was kind of saying I'm mean. I was like, I'm not mean. Like, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I probably am, I would say, the Twitter villain, just because I just call shit out. One person one person on my post said, I don't think that you're a villain, I think you're an anti-hero. And I didn't know what that was, and I Googled it, and I was like, what
is it?
It's like basically like someone who tries to do the right thing like a hero, but they lack qualities that a normal hero would have.
You try to be a hero, but
I come across as just a bitch.
But you're just not good at it. Yeah.
I'm just There's no kick.
But
for
I
me.
have never seen a mean post by you. All I've ever seen was either you commenting on someone that said something mean or calling something out that was just ridiculous. Yeah, I've never seen just a mean post. That's nonsense.
I only go at people like if they come at me sideways, I'm gonna go at them sideways. Or there's a couple people who, if someone like attacks them on Twitter or something, like I'm gonna stand up for my friends.